Welcome back, everyone. Emerald Isle Golfer here. It's been a very, very, very rainy couple of weeks. Been very little golf, so finally getting out. I'm up at Macreddin. It was a beautiful day. The sun was, as you can see, a few little fluffy white clouds, beautiful sky, windy, very windy, and incredibly muddy. And only filming a couple of holes. It was so windy, the camera kept getting blown over all the time, and it was deeply frustrating. So I only filmed a couple. You'll see I'm playing off a little mat because the fairways are so boggy that there'd be very little point, and I want to get out and enjoy myself, so using a mat for this round. Played okay. I've been on this course before. I've spoken, I've done videos on this course before and had a good time. Really nice to be out for the first time in a couple of weeks, but the golf was not amazing, I must admit. So I'm not going to talk through the particular shots too much. I'm going to let the golf speak for itself, or not speak for itself, I think is probably a better way of putting it. But I hope you all enjoy it. The second hole is a par 5, dog legs around to the right. I played this hole pretty well. Not to give you guys too much of a spoiler, I actually parred this hole, which I'm very pleased about. So I was hitting my drives pretty well, actually. If you see there, or see here, that was a pretty decent shot. Relatively straight, not very long. I don't have an awful lot of distance off the tee in general. Usually hit it between 190 to 200 meters with some rollouts. But in this weather, obviously, there's no rolling out to be had of any at all. Hit a driver off the tee. This is my 5-wood, which I put back into the bag after we had a very long series of conversations about its misbehavior. It has promised it is going to do better for me. So and so far, it seems to be behaving itself, which is good. So a good second shot leaves me a pitching wedge into the green, which I push a little bit over to the left and a little bit far. Not bad at all. It then leaves me, camera fell over, it left me a chip on. So I was there on the green and now putting, I believe, for a par. Which, very unlike me, went in from distance. So that was a nice 5. That put me in a good mood. This is the par 3 with a massive drop. I stopped using the tracker at this point, as in the shot tracer, because the software was just glitching something terrible, and I really didn't have the patience to reinstall everything. So for the rest of the round, there's no shot tracers. To be fair, there's also not a great many shots that actually deserve a tracer, but that shot wasn't bad. Left me quite short. Again, the camera fell over. I was getting a bit frustrated with my camera setup at this point, and hit a pretty poor chip, I must admit. It got on the green, but as you'll see in a second, a long way from the green. Now this probably about a 40-foot putt, and started on a good line. It actually looked like it was going to get there, just came up short. The greens obviously were very good given the circumstances. It had been raining torrentially for more than 40 days and 40 nights, to use a slight biblical reference there. So I was having a really hard time getting the pacing right, but I was pleased with that. This was a shot that absolutely did not deserve a tracer, and probably didn't even deserve to be filmed, but I don't believe in only showing the good stuff. So I topped this, and it just dribbles along. It gets out of the tee box, which is good, and it gets past my golf cart, which is good. But that's about all the good that can be said about it. Stayed low, rolled along the ground. It's just going to wind up to the left of the car path, as you can see there. I had actually driven up to it. That's not where the bucket was originally. Then again, my 5-wood out of the grass. I think it really listened to the talking I gave it, and it is doing what I wanted to do. So that really put me in a pretty decent position. Back in the middle of the fairway, relatively close to the hole, and then I do another one of my patented terrible chips that somehow winds up not too bad. Just off the green, getting my faithful chipper there, I think, to get it somewhere near. And I think I actually go a little bit far on the shot. I really over egg it a little bit. Yeah, scoots past the hole, about an inch or two away from glory, but there you are. And then I have a medium length putt, which I pull up short, and then I'll tap it in afterwards. So yeah, I was quite annoyed by my setup. It was super windy, things kept falling over. It wasn't quite working out for me. So this is actually the last hole that I filmed. I played 18, but I'm only filming a couple. This was a really good shot. This long straight just faded a little bit to the right, just amongst the trees at the end, and then it gave me a chance. There goes the camera again. So one of the trees, I have a nice little gap, as you can see there, which I'm going to try to punch the ball through. They'll wind up just off the green. I actually played the front nine twice because the back nine, in essence, has been washed away by the storms. So there's a lot of work to be done there. The second time I played this, I put my ball in pretty much the same position, chipped on the green, and actually putted for a birdie, which is unusual for me. So I was very pleased with that. Didn't catch it on camera. You're just gonna have to take my word for it. But this chip was also pretty decent. Just the very, very edge there. Putting up close to it, left myself really short. As I was saying, having a really hard time reading the greens today in terms of the pacing. The lines were okay. With winter greens in Ireland, you can pretty much, unless there's a severe slope, you can pretty much just aim at the pin and it's going to not be too far away. So it's really all, sorry, terrible camera work there. It's really all about pace control. And pace control was something I was lacking in a significant measure today. Again, just leaving it a little bit short, a little 1.5 footer. Don't tend to miss those that much. And that was really the ending of the filming. So I was wearing my Meta AI glasses. So what I have for the rest of this little video clip is just a bunch of shots, point of view shots from the Meta AI. This is the 9th. I actually parred this hole as well, but I wasn't filming all of it because the battery was pretty low. The Meta AI glasses are absolutely brilliant for this sort of, I guess, B-roll footage. So, which I usually intersperse in the clips, and yeah, it's just they're a lot of fun to use. A little few clips of me driving around in the buggy, golf path only, for obvious reasons. I played yesterday in Druids Heath, didn't film that one, just wanted to actually go out and play and enjoy myself. It's been such a long time. This is the long winding car path down to the par 3, the one with the massive drop. It's actually quite a hair-raising little drive. So yeah, and this is just the view down that hole. And then this is, I'm not quite sure which hole this was actually, to be honest with you. Oh, this is, I think, the 7th. So I'd just dribbled it on from the left onto the green, left myself a pretty long putt, which is fairly normal for me. And that one actually turned out to be not terrible. Again, right direction, just not quite the pace that I was hoping to get on it. So I know this B-roll footage is probably not that interesting, but I just thought I'd leave it in because if anyone's considering getting some Meta AI glasses for this sort of golf content, I would strongly recommend it because it is really a very useful thing. That one just missed, so I didn't do particularly well on that par 3. That was just an appalling putt. Wasn't paying attention. Looking up the sky to see if there's someone up there I can blame, but no, that was just all me. Anyway, there you are. That was it for this video. I hope you all enjoy it, and I hope you're getting some golf in yourselves after the windy time that we've had, and I'll see you all again soon.